with a fentanyl overdose, they didn't ask for opiates. It just gets mixed in. It's getting mixed in with Xanax. I'm not sure about marijuana, wouldn't be surprised. Don't know why it's happening, but it's happening. And people who are not used to opiates will end up having an overdose. What is naloxone? Naloxone is the medication that can reverse the effects of opioids and prevent a fatal overdose. What is a opioid overdose? Well, first of all, what is an opiate? So we have a list of the opiates here. The only one that is illegal is the heroin. The rest are all legal medications that you can get from a doctor, including the tramadol, the methadone, the oxycodone, the oxycontin, the Percocets, the Vicodins, the Dilaudits, which is, hydrocodone by different companies, the oxymorphone, fentanyl, that even though you get it in the street, it is a prescribed medication for people who have phantom limb pain, broken backs, really, really horrendous pain, and morphine, which you tend just to use in the hospital. What is not an opiate? That's cocaine or crack. That's methamphetamines. That's Valium, Xanax, and Klonopin, which are the benzodiazepines. That's alcohol, muscle relaxers, Seroquel, Neurontin, marijuana, and K2 are not opiates. Therefore, Narcan will not help them. Doesn't mean you shouldn't give it, but it means it won't help them. One thing that you can understand, though, is if you mix the opioids with something like an alcohol or a benzodiazepine, it's not 1 + 1 = 2, it's 1 + 1 = 40. So someone who's mixing a benzo with oxycodone or alcohol with Vicodin is at a very high risk of overdosing. We've had a lot of famous people overdosing through that mixture. So we have to just kind of be aware of not to mix the drugs. So how do opioids work? So opioids relieve pain, they relieve withdrawal, they produce feelings of happiness and comfort, they cause side effects of constipation, nausea, drowsiness, and respiratory depression. So the opioids are the purple little balls on top of what's known as a mu or opioid receptor. The process of overdose can happen over the course of minutes to hours. It depends what the person has taken. So if the strength of the opioid is like fentanyl, where it's 100 times stronger than an oxycodone or a codeine, it will happen faster than if somebody is taking too much codeine. What happens in an overdose is the breathing slows down, the heart can eventually stop, but mostly when people stop breathing, they die. We know that from stopping breathing for any reason. It is very rare for someone to die immediately from an overdose. When people survive, it's usually because someone was there to help them and respond. Common risk factors, changes in tolerance. So I had a knee replacement and I was given, X amount of 90 pills to take in 30 days. I start with 1, I go to 2, that's not enough. I go to 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6 a day, run out of the medication, get some more, maybe buy it from the street because I'm not feeling good. And I'm used to taking 10 or 12 pills a day. I stop all of a sudden because I run out. My body feels the withdrawal, but it starts to not recognize the opiates.